affidavit filed by the DMK's organizing secretary R.S. Bharti in the Supreme Court. It has been pleaded that the court has to quash the amendment. The DMK has said that it destroys the secular fabric of the country by discriminating against people based on religion. It also says that the CAA is against the Tamil race as it does not bring Tamil refugees under the ambit of the law. So the DMK government over there filing an affidavit against the CAA in the Supreme Court. Samiksha is joining us live. She's reporting on this from the Mumbai newsroom. Now, Samiksha, we understand that you have been able to access the affidavit that has been filed. Give us more details. Samiksha, if you can hear me, we believe that we've been able to access the affidavit that has been filed by the DMK's organizing secretary R.S. Bharti in the Supreme Court. Essentially pleads against the CAA and asks for the quashing of the amendment. Give us more details, please.
Well, that's right, Nupur. So this affidavit that has been filed in the top court by the DMK, which opposes the Citizenship Amendment Act, in which it primarily states that the Tamils who have been prosecuted in Sri Lanka have been excluded from the CAA. Just to take you through the operative part of this affidavit that has been filed at the top court, which says that the clause 9 of the Sri Lankan constitution itself gives importance to Buddhism and overall all other religions. The clause empowers the states to protect and foster Buddhism. As per the statements of objects and reasons of the impunged act, the basis for inclusion of Pakistan, Afghanistan and Bangladesh was that their constitutions provided for a specific state religion due to which the religious minorities face persecution on grounds of religion. Now, the situation in Sri Lanka is akin to one of the above-mentioned three countries, as not only the Indian Tamils have faced religious persecution as they were predominantly Hindu, they have faced rampant persecution due to the minority status since Ceylon's independence from the British rule. So this affidavit that has been filed by the DMK in the top court clearly states that the Tamils who have been persecuted in Sri Lanka have not been included in the Citizenship Amendment Act, and that it covers only three countries: Pakistan, Afghanistan and Bangladesh. Not just this, the clause also states that upon gaining independence, Ceylon's first post-independence administration passed the Ceylon Citizenship Act under sections that a person born in Ceylon could acquire Ceylon citizenship. So those are some of the key operative parts of this affidavit that has been filed by the DMK in the top court, which states that yes, Tamils who have been persecuted in Sri Lanka should also be included in the Citizenship Amendment Act. In fact, not just this, the affidavit clearly states that the CAA is arbitrary. That is primarily the basis of the argument of the DMK in the top court.
So essentially what we are learning right now is that the DMK has said that they believe that the CAA of 2019 is arbitrary and only considers religious minorities from three countries that, essentially trying to keep Sri Lankan Tamils out of it. For the moment, thank you very much for joining us, Samiksha. Let's also go across to Varshini. Now, Varshini, the DMK government in its affidavit has been very, very firm, calling the act absolutely arbitrary and saying that it essentially discriminates against people on the basis of religion. Tell us more in terms of the DMK's opposition to this.
Well, Nupur, DMK is a party that has been speaking about social equality and social justice, and that has been their whole stand right from the moment the DMK formed government last year. And this is also essentially a part of their Dravidian model government that they are trying to make sure it reaches out to the maximum number of people, that it is their form of government. And this move by the DMK party, where its organization secretary R.S. Bharti has filed an affidavit in the Supreme Court which states that CAA's amendment has to be completely quashed because it is discriminatory and it is also against the secular fabric of the country. He's also speaking mainly about the Tamil refugees. For years and years, we've been seeing refugees from Sri Lanka, particularly Tamils, after the whole issue that happened in Sri Lanka of Tamils being persecuted, they had to come down to Tamil Nadu, and Tamil Nadu has given a lot of refugees, a lot of space to live in, and they have also become citizens of India. And now the DMK claims that the new amendment does not permit these refugees to come to India and live in Tamil Nadu, and that is not at all, acceptable, and it is against the whole race of Tamils, because they say that the Sri Lankan Tamils are also a part of the Tamil race. The entire race is being done injustice, is what the DMK party is trying to say through this affidavit filed.
Right, Varshini, do stay with us. Let's also bring in Mr. Tirupati right now. He's joining us on the phone line. Mr. Tirupati, good morning. Mr. Tirupati, the affidavit that's been filed by the DMK categorically says that they believe that the CAA is completely arbitrary. And even though Sri Lankan Tamils essentially fall under the categories of Hindus who were persecuted in other countries, they have not been made a part of the amendment. So how do you see this?
Well, the DMK, as usual, they have not understood what is CAA. They don't know what is constitution, they don't know what is law. And the DMK is totally unaware of what is happening and what has happened in India. Because they don't feel that they are part of India. That is the main problem. This particular CAA is about the Nehru-Liaquat Ali Khan Pact, which the DMK do not know because they don't feel they are part of India. So the minorities who were suffering in those countries, Pakistan or Afghanistan or Bangladesh, these people, we have given a lot of relief for them. Whereas the Sri Lankan Tamil refugees already, in Lal Bahadur Shastri and the Sirimavo Pact, we have taken thousands of refugees in Tamil Nadu, in Ooty particularly, for which refugees the same DMK is having them back now by getting back the TAN-T, the refugees where they were working now. So the DMK doesn't know anything about Indian history. That is why they have gone to the court. They will get a sorry figure in the court.
All right, Mr. Tirupati, thank you very much for joining us. So, Mr. Tirupati from the BJP over there saying that the DMK is unaware of the reality of this country. I'm going to come back to you on this one, Varshini. Now, Varshini, the DMK has for long spoken about the Tamil refugees, and essentially what they say in this affidavit is that these Tamil refugees who have settled in Tamil Nadu actually faced religious persecution in Sri Lanka, and that is why they're here, and that is why they should also be included in the CAA.
Well, exactly, Nupur. They have been speaking about this situation that has been going on in Sri Lanka for ages now. And there in Sri Lanka, there was a persecution, particularly of Tamils, and it was not just about being Hindus or belonging to Buddhism or be it any other religion followed in Ceylon. Tamils itself were considered to be, they were all be considered to be persecuted. Therefore, that is when these refugees started coming to Tamil Nadu, and they had taken refuge in Tamil Nadu. And later on, there are many people who are now official citizens of our country as well. And that is what DMK is trying to point out in this affidavit filed in the Supreme Court, where they are trying to say that this is injustice to the entire Tamil race. And it also comes under a situation where a religious discrimination is also falling under this because of the people who are coming out of Sri Lanka to India.
So essentially the DMK clashing with the centre over there on the status of the CAA going to court. Thank you very much for joining us, Varshini.